Here is my story. My story began in an office that felt more like a prison, ruled by a boss whose management style was a masterclass in toxicity. Every email was scrutinized, every deadline a new reason for public humiliation. I remember him standing over my shoulder, his breath on my neck, pointing out a typo in an internal draft, as if I had single-handedly bankrupted the company. The air was thick with fear, and the constant threat of his temper kept everyone on edge. We weren't a team, we were a group of survivors. The end came abruptly. I was called into his glass-walled office, the stage for so many of his tirades. The reason for my dismissal? I'd used the wrong shade of blue in a presentation slide. It was a minuscule error, easily correctable, but for him it was the final straw. He delivered the news with a smirk, a triumphant glint in his eye. As I packed my belongings into a cardboard box, the sympathetic yet fearful glances from my colleagues were my only comfort. I walked out feeling a strange mix of shame and liberation. The next morning my phone buzzed. It was a text from a former coworker. "You won't believe this, he's gone. HR escorted him out this morning." My jaw dropped. It turned out my firing was the last in a long line of complaints, and the company had finally taken action. The tyrant was gone. Justice, it seems, has its own timing. A follow-up picture showed his office, stark and empty, a silent testament to his downfall. I looked out my window, the city skyline stretching before me, and for the first time in months I felt the weight lift. The future was no longer a path to be endured, but a horizon full of promise. My story had a new beginning.